5 important things you should put into consideration. In fact, do not do these 5 things until your visa has been granted. I repeat, please do not do these 5 things I'm about to tell you now until your visa has been granted. All right, my list is here, so I'm going to be checking from there. There are a lot of confusion. In fact, there is a lot going on. A lot of people are confused. I was speaking to somebody yesterday and he told me what somebody did. Look guys, I always say this and I never recommend any agent to anybody. When people come to me, I tell them I don't know anybody, because I've once had experience with this. If I cannot do your job, I will tell you I can't do it, and I don't know anybody that can do it, because I don't want people to say, oh, you recommended this person to me. No. In fact, I don't know anybody. If you need a one-on-one appointment with me, please book from the video description box. Now, these are the 5 things you should not do until your visa has been granted. I'm going to be talking about exceptions, talking about negative and positive sides of this information. Now, paying your tuition fee is point number 1. If you have not been asked to pay tuition fee, do not pay the tuition fee. For the case of the United States, like I said, don't pay tuition fee. If a school in Canada says you shouldn't pay tuition fee, do not pay. There are colleges in Canada that will charge you, that will tell you that pay this amount, like New Brunswick and a whole lot of other colleges that pay $500 to secure your seat. Pay $2,500 like Conestoga, $1,500 like Conestoga, $2,500 I think Georgian College to secure your position. But if they don't ask you to pay tuition, do not pay this tuition. In Europe, there are other colleges that some universities, I beg your pardon, universities in Europe will ask you to pay tuition fee. College schools in Denmark will ask you to pay first semester. I understand, pay. But if they don't ask you to do the payment, do not do the payment until your visa has been granted. Please take this, it is very important. Sometimes when people rush and do payments, it speaks a lot of volume to the visa officer. They might think that you are trying to convince them, but whereas you had your genuine intention, you understand. So please keep your cool, except you have been asked to pay. Otherwise, do not do the payment. Point number 2. But before we go to point number 2, have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you haven't done so, please do subscribe. It is very, very important to us. Thank you so much. Now, point number 2 is selling your properties. I'm going to elaborate on this very well. If your visa has not been granted, do not sell your properties to relocate abroad. It is not proper. What if you go and the visa is rejected? Where are you going to stay if you sold your house? You have to think about this, okay? Now, I always tell people, I remember there is a video I did on this YouTube channel telling people to sell their properties and relocate abroad. And I equally said in that video that when you sell your property to apply for visa, to raise money for proof of funds, to apply for visa, do not give the money to agents. Some of you go to agents say, oh, bring me 5 million, bring me 10 million. You rush, you go and sell your properties and give them the money. Remember, when you give the money, the agent is not the one to guarantee you a visa. A visa comes from the embassy. He might collect for you, but he is not the one to make decisions on it. And if it's rejected, will you get your money back? No. So in this case, if you sell your property, in case you don't have money at all to apply for the visa, if you sell it, make sure the money is in your bank account, your own account. In case your visa is rejected, you can reapply again. I mentioned this in that video. For those who have been watching me, you will always know I go straight to the point and I speak the fact. So like I said, if you have one house and you are thinking of selling, I will not advise you. But if you have 3 houses, maybe 4 lands, you can sell all those 4 lands even, or maybe sell 2 and keep 2 and sell 1 house. If you have many properties, sell some and keep some. But make sure the money is in your personal account. In case your visa is rejected, you can always have their money back and reapply again. I hope you understand. But if you ask me, if you have money for proof of funds and you have your properties, don't sell till your visa is granted. So now you know what to do, right? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is booking flight ticket. Now, there is something a lot of people don't understand. Booking a flight ticket means paying the flight ticket. Reserving a flight ticket means you are telling the owners of the hotel that on this day I will be available, on this day I will pay. You understand? So what you should do is you need to reserve a flight ticket. In fact, the visa officer doesn't want to see your booking. A lot of people call it booking because they don't know the right term to use. It is called reservation. Even you go on embassy website, the Spanish embassy, the Turkish embassy, they always refer to flight reservation, not booking. Okay, so it is the normal man who call it booking. But like I said, don't pay because your visa status has not been out yet. So all you need to do is to give them a reservation, to tell them that you have actually reserved. After your visa, you are going to make payment. So this is what they need. Okay, I understand that some countries abroad will tell you that go and pay your ticket, but in this case they would be the one, the embassy or the consular will be the one to tell you that go and pay your ticket and bring us the ticket, like go and pay your flight and bring us the ticket. Denmark will do this sometimes. The people who do it often are German embassy in Cameroon. If they want to give you the visa, if they tell you to go and pay your flight and bring the ticket, just know that your visa has been granted. I hope you understand. So there are exceptions, but again, only the embassy can tell you to go and pay your flight. Otherwise, what you need is reservation. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is booking a hotel. Like I said before, now if you want to book hotels abroad, for those of you using tourist visas, Schengen visas, you could use booking.com to book and reserve. Okay, to book or to reserve, whichever one you want. Same thing for accommodation. I think accommodation is more on booking.com. So check booking.com. Reservation, USA doesn't even need maybe hotel reservation or something. There are some countries that doesn't need you to supply hotel reservation. Countries like Malta doesn't need accommodation, they need hotel reservation. I've said it many times. Countries like USA, they don't even need any of this, maybe accommodation proof or hotel reservation for your visa application. They don't. Countries like Canada, they don't even need hotel reservation or maybe house contract or whatever for visa application for studies. All right, but if you are going maybe for visit or tourism or whichever visa, which is not a study visa, of course it is a short stay visa, you need accommodation proof. In this case, you need hotel reservation, not the booking. Okay, not the ticket. Don't pay yet, just reserve. That is what I mean. And you can use booking.com like I explained to you. Now, the other thing I want to talk about this because somebody reached out to me and was telling me that she is trying to get a document. They call this document leave letter from the company to use to apply for a study visa to Canada. Now, the work company, I call it work company because I've never heard of that in my entire life. I'm going to explain more about this because this person told me a lot of stories later on. Some things I will keep private. So this company said they don't give leave letter. So I was wondering, why should you be working for a company and the company says they don't give you leave letter? Rather, the company is asking this person to resign. No, it's not possible. So my last point is, do not resign from your jobs. This is where you get money to feed. This is where you get money to do your daily stuff, up and down movement. Don't resign. All you need to do, if they cannot give you a document to prove that you are going for studies, before you get your visa, before you come back and resign, do not resign before you go for visa application. Okay, you will go there, you know the way it is. They will convince you and tell you must resign, but if they are not giving you the document, do not resign from your job. It is very important because this is your source of livelihood. I don't understand why a company, you work for a company for 3 years or more and they are telling you that they don't issue study leave. What type of company is that? And it is an international company. So I don't understand. Maybe some people are trying to keep, or what you already know the system in East Africa, well, in Africa as in general, let me put it this way. So don't resign, don't book your ticket, like don't pay flights, don't pay hotel, just reserve. Okay, don't sell all your properties, but in matters it depends on which one you are doing, because in my video I vividly sell it, bro. If you want to move and you need money and at some point you think that you may not get the visa if you don't have this money. What is the need keeping the property, which at the end of the day, maybe after 3 years, 4 years, you will still not build a house on the land? Sell the land and move. But again, like I said, do not give that money to anybody. Okay, you should be the one to be doing the process before you even venture to do this. Or if you have multiples, I explained before, so I believe it's understood. So please, these are the things to consider. I want to clarify something to those of you who are asking me, Milton, what are requirements to study abroad? Guys, listen to this video and make sure you watch till the end. For those who need a one-on-one with me, please book a consultation so I can call you directly. Now, the requirements to study abroad, I categorize them in 3 sections. There are those I call primary requirements, which include if you are going for bachelor's degree, you are going to be using your WAEC, your WASI, your O levels and A levels, your baccalaureate examinations, right? If you are just a high school student and you are going for bachelor's degree. Then if you are going for masters, you will add, in addition to these documents, depending now on the country you come from, you are going to add a copy of your transcript, your bachelor's transcript, and the certificate or the attestation or attestation of completion of studies. Okay, this is what you equally need. And again, these are the primary documents, like I said. Then if you are going for PhD, you are going to add your master's degree and the transcript. Now, for the secondary documents, I clarify them as those that does not come from you or might come from you or external people, which include your CV, which is the curriculum vitae, your motivation letter, and of course, what we call letter of recommendation. Okay, sometimes they come from professors and your workplace. These are the secondary. That is how I classify them. Your opinion may be different. Now, then we now move to the tertiary options or tertiary documents. Now, tertiary documents are those documents that come from ministry. This is how I classify them. I didn't say they call them tertiary documents. These documents, you are going to get them from ministry. Why am I driving to? Legalization of documents. There are some countries you cannot apply without legalizing your documents. Legalization goes as thus. You take them to the Ministry of Education, Foreign Affairs, then Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Education, then Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then first of all, you start from your school anyways. Then you take, after your school have certified or legalized them, you now carry them to the Ministry of Education and Foreign Affairs. If you don't have education, you go straight to Foreign Affairs. Then from there, you can use the documents to apply. Some other countries will require you to do legalization at the level of their own embassy, like Austria, Portugal, Slovakia, and Czech Republic, right? And this is how the documentation works. You just need to know which country you are applying to and what they are asking you to supply. I hope this helps you. There are a lot of things you need to know. Always do research and ask the right question. What you need is information before you proceed to the real application. I hope this helps you till we meet again in another one.